Good evening, fellow ladies. This is Miss Philosophy, and I wanted to quickly do this in honour and tribute of Anon and Light Skin Motivation, who were the original or part of the original pioneers of the anti-light skin movement that is in operation at the moment, formerly with Light Skin Love. And this is in honour of them and the contributions they've made in terms of setting the record straight where it relates to this new business called Colourisim that has started now, built on the backs of light-skinned people. And I just wanted to just say a few things. I'm going to miss Anon and Light Skin Motivation and their weekly lives. I have missed them for the last 2 weeks because for some reason I didn't catch last night's live. A lot's been happening, but I'm going to miss them and the topics that they've been bringing out. They've been thought-provoking, eye-opening, and they have educated many light-skinned people in terms of what is really happening in the world. And I just thought I would just quickly add this because Caesar and Smiles have also uploaded videos, and I just thought I want to add my contribution. I don't want what they have done and also Light Skin Love to go to be in vain, and other people are not fighting this tide of light skin oppression. So I just wanted to say that I concur with the sentiment that this colorism is business. Now, it's business in the sense that everyone's trying to make money from colorism, i.e., light-skinned people are oppressing people of a darker hue just by their very existence, their perceived privilege. But this is all a perception. And Anon, Light Skin Motivation, has shown many videos which deflect against this current narrative. But for me, the colorism business that is now in effect kind of screams to, because I used to say that black people need to learn how black people need to learn business, because one of the things where I believe black people go wrong is that they don't know business principles, and hence why everything that's done is internalized and viewed from the narrow prism of racism, when most things that happen to us is just down to business, plain and simple. However, even in this spectrum of the colorism business, that's even gone wrong, because the business principles used in order to make money from colorism are bad business principles. When we look at colorism, what is perpetuated now is one, fraud. And fraud is an intended deception to create an unfair advantage, sorry. And the reason I'm highlighting this as one of the bad principles used is that this perception that light-skinned people have privilege. Many people have spoken about it, Light Skin Love and Light Skin Motivation. But one of the things I wanted to add is that this notion that light-skinned people weren't in the field, and this slavery narrative, and I'm just getting it from this foundation, just to dispel this narrative from the outset, that everything stemmed from slavery, which it didn't. Because if that was the case, when you look at the definition of colorism, it's about discrimination within the same race. And technically, if you're on a plantation and there's a light-skinned person, the likelihood is that they are mixed. They're not black, and any special treatment that is shown to them is a result of nepotism, because the person who owns the plantation is their father, and not due to their skin colour. And mixed people are excluded from the colorism skin colour debate because they aren't black, they are mixed. So again, this fraud that light skin back from slavery automatically equated to better treatment and all this kind of stuff really is moot and is untrue and is a fraud. It's a very big fraud that is perpetuated onto light skinned people. In addition to fraud, the bad business practice used in the business of colorism, you've got misrepresentation, untrue, misleading statement of facts. Oh, light-skinned people have privilege. Light-skinned people are favoured by the more dominant society. But again, if that was true, why would there be whole channels dedicated to talking about how bad light-skinned people are and the bad things that light-skinned people do and are allowed to get away with? One of the things I did bring up in Anon and Light-Skin Motivations live was that in the figures I don't know what the figures are like in the US, but over here in the UK, when I look through the ethnicity figures for crime, 3/4 of people found guilty of a crime out of the ethnicity of black and white. 3/4 of white people always pled guilty, and 3/4 of black people always pled not guilty. And again, is that down to colour? No, it's not down to colour. We know in the penal system, you get time off for pleading guilty because you save the court time, you save victims having to give witness statements, you save everyone a lot of time, and you're given a discount for that, in effect. You're given a discount for owning up and reducing the overall bill to the justice system. Is that privilege? No, it's not. That's not privilege. So, again, misrepresentation, untrue, misleading facts. In addition, another bad business practice is oppressive or unconscionable acts. And this has been defined as tyrannical and unreasonable. And I think you can see that on many colorism channels when light-skinned saviours try and speak up in support, saying I have light-skin privilege and I renounce it, and people are saying no, you should use your light-skin privilege to help darker-skinned people, or when a lighter skinned person speaks up to say, well, I've suffered exactly the same as you, and they're told, no, you've not suffered like us, we've suffered worse. Again, oppressive, unconscionable acts defined as tyrannical and not reasonable. One thing I did want to say, just really to say that I think as light-skinned people, I think you need to think about who you are, what black is. And when I say what black is, what is black? What is it? What is black? Black is something that's been given to you, imposed on you, and many people internalize that not only as the colour. We've seen the many definitions of the word black and the synonyms that are attached to that word. And I really want you to think, do you really want to be black? Do you? And are you black? Because I tell you this, if what I've seen and experienced from the black community is being black, then I don't want no part of it. I don't want no part of it. I don't want my children to have any part of it. I don't want any legacy from myself going forward to be part of that, because that is a fraud, and there's a fraud being perpetuated on people just because of that title given. I would just say think about it, and just remember people like Light Skin Motivation, Anon, all the hard work they've done, Light Skin Love, and Anon and Light Skin Motivation did say that they may, there was a message showing that Light Skin Love may be coming back in some capacity. But really think about when you elect to be black, when you join all of these so-called black channels, look at what they stand for, look at what they're perpetuating, and really think, do you want to be part of that? And are they really talking to you? Are they really talking about you? Are you included in their talking points when they talk about swirling, save yourself, black man, all these other talking points? Are they really talking about you? Are you really included in that conversation? Or are you just there to make up the numbers, to make them look good? I would just say think about it, people. I've got no skin in that game anymore, because it is a fruitless task. All I would just say is, if you're thinking, I need to be black, they can't tell me what is black. Just think about what is black and when that originated and who gave that title to those groups of people and why. And I think you'll find that really you don't want to be black. Black isn't what we've been led to believe it is. But that's all up to us to make our own choices. Don't be a victim of your choices. But I wish Light Skin Motivation and Anon the best of luck, and I really hope they come back in some capacity, whether or not that is a duo channel together again or separate channels, whatever. I'm here for it. But I really wanted to say thank you to them and the time they've allowed me to join their lives, join in their space, add my comments. And I really thank them for that, and I really appreciate them both. And I hope everyone shows them the same respect and honour, and are able to contribute in some way to keep this movement going. Okay, thank you everyone, and have a good evening, and stay light.